It was the old MF Doom line, snitches telling all their business, sitting in court and being their own star witness.
Ozone, Nick also thought the story about how he locked himself in a shed with 2 raccoons and hunted them with a knife and bat was really funny.
It was a hammer.
Really cool and not a psycho. Great kick, guys.
I didn't have a
want to
gun
talk
yet.
to a guy who hunts raccoons with a hammer. That sounds like that sounds insane.
It was awesome. It was the dumbest thing I've ever done. I go in there and I'm like, I'm in a locked shed with raccoons. This is really stupid. I won.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I thought you were, it's not remorse. You were just like, I should have brought backup.
I just wish I would have had a gun. They were hurting my cats, man. Like, so I killed them. Fuck them.
Seize the day. The world
There's
has an
more.
American Pope. Balls or no balls?
Balls.
Balls, I guess. Ozone, would you guys consider a person that drowns a skunk twice after he realized the skunk wasn't dead the first time to be a sociopath? Play the Alyssa clip. Nick thought this story was funny.
It was fucking hilarious. Yeah, again, you live in the country. You have animals that threaten your animals and your children. You kill them. I'm sorry.
I caught a skunk in a live trap. That was the worst.
How did you get rid of it? Did it try to spray? I would imagine that would happen.
It tried to. So here's what I had to do. The worst part about this. So I was trying to catch a stray cat. That was fighting with one of my other cats. My goal was to catch this cat because it was a monster. It was a big beefy cat, and I thought if I can catch this cat and keep it around my cats and get it domesticated, I wouldn't mind having it around because it'll kill raccoons. Sure. And so I was gonna catch this cat in a live trap. Well, I shine my flashlight on the live trap, and it's a skunk. And the bad part is I had to drive to Texas from Minnesota that day.
Jeez.
So I walked up very carefully and I clipped a leash, like one of those yard wire leashes to this thing. So it's like 15, 20 feet long. Mm-hmm. And then I dragged the skunk across the yard to a pond and slowly walked kind of back and forth. And the cage kind of went into the pond and I had to drown the skunk. And so I drag it in and I felt really bad because like the pond was flooded. So it wasn't deep. It was way out past the border of the pond normally. It wasn't deep. So like I could still see the top of the cage and a little skunk paw doing this. And then it stops. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So I pull the cage out and I'm about to get the skunk out of it and throw the corpse off in the woods so it doesn't stink up the whole yard. And it comes back. It like starts breathing again. So I take the cage and I throw it back in the water and I left it there for like, 30 minutes. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but if you shoot a skunk, it will spray like crazy, way worse than anything you've ever seen. So there's nothing you can do with it. So the skunk made basically skunk tea out of my pond. And then right before we left, I pulled it out. It had been gone for a while then and got rid of the body. But that was just a shame. That was a shame. But I knew I couldn't shoot it because I did have a skunk go in one of our window wells the prior year. And I shot that thing and it sprayed and the room that was attached to that window was not usable for something like 6 months.
Wow.
It was so brutal. So drown your skunks, y'all. It's the only way to do it. Have you ever killed animals in close quarters combat?
No, can't say that I have. Can't say that I have.
I have because I live out in the country and I made a very dumb choice. That we had raccoons eating our cat food. We had outdoor cats, and I was going through like 16-pound bags of cat food in like 3 days because these big raccoons would come in and they just, I didn't want to go out in the winter, especially. You don't want to go outside every day and drop a scoop of cat food. So you just get one of those big automatic feeder things. Right. And so I'm filling up this thing and I trapped 2 of the raccoons in the shed. And I had this bright idea that I'd go in there and just kill the animals up close. And so I go and I lock myself in a shed and I have a light and I have a hammer and a knife because this is before I owned a gun. And then I just realized that I had locked myself in a shed with freaking raccoons. And this is how I analogize what's going to happen is I was never in more danger from those raccoons than I was when I was right about to kill them. Because they were cornered, they were terrified, and I had to get very close. Yeah. You guys live out in the country. Live out in the country. You find all sorts of ways to kill animals that are threatening your family and your livestock.
Ozone, remember the awkward silence when Nick laughed about drowning a skunk?
No, that happened 2 weeks ago.
Ozone, Moody, do you like Nick?
I don't find his content engaging personally.
It wasn't a fake, Kate. It was me. How else would I know
Saved by
that
the
Frank
chat.
works for Con Ed and that you...
Hit the like button.
A lot of Doom boys out there.
Fuck off, dude.